being awakened to be able to be beneficial and to be able to see the truth. Today, many people will be irresponsible towards their neighbors because our fast-paced life has made us very selfish. And so often one will perform activities without thinking about his neighbor or whether there is any harm to his neighbor. Because what we are concentrating solely on is our own personal success and our own personal gains. So when the individual will try to be successful in the field, he will not consider the rest of the people that he can affect directly or indirectly. And this, if it is followed by every single person, then of course we will only harm each other without the necessary consideration for the rest of the human folk. So one has to be aware at all times and awaken, and to act at all times with honesty. So even if the system requires him to be selfish, and if he so desires to be selfish, let him be it. But he should regard as well the other people that he would possibly affect with his actions or through his actions. There can be given many examples in this field. For example, if I know that a parking lot belongs to my neighbor, and I know that he is very busy, then I would go and park in his lot, thinking that for about an hour or two he will not need to use that lot. And fortunately, this is what is happening now globally. The selfishness overtakes the good consideration for the rest of the humans. So even so one desires to be selfish, let it be, but he would also try to stay human and not cause harm to the rest. Another example is that if a teenager has caused trouble and I am aware of who that person is, and when the head teacher inquires about the person, so in order to get some kind of gain from my head teacher, then I would give away my friend. And unfortunately this has become very common today. So for those who wish to be honest and just in the society, they will seriously have to take these actions into consideration. For overall, this will benefit ourselves, and we create trustworthiness between us and our friends. Or if it is act contrary to this, we will always end at the same situation, which is everybody to only be thinking about his own personal gain and not considering the rest of the humans. And this type of life, I assure you that it is suffocating to the individual himself, because he will be isolated from society and also living in a place where there are no people that you can interact with is enough suffocating for a man. So whether or not it is a question about the intellect, this would be an entirely different lecture. But for the sake of humanity and for the sake of honesty, it is very worthwhile to sacrifice a little bit of our times to consider and ponder the side effects of our actions. For if we're living in a city which is occupied by thousands or maybe millions, then this at the same time implies that I am willing to cooperate with the other members of this society. So for the individuals that wish to act selfish and to deceive the rest of the members of the society, consequently this will lead to the conclusion that they are not part of the society and they should not be in it. For overall, whether we do individually our work or collectively, what our result aims to become is a better, a safer and a healthier place to live in. So when we act outside of these morals, then inevitably we will end up with a corrupt society. Also, I see that many individuals will not care about their status, whether he is called untrustworthy, or a liar, or a thief, but he will do whatever is in his hands, a little gain, and not consider the side effects of his actions towards the other members of the society. In some cases, there are some legal actions that can be taken against such individuals. But overall, we have to consider always the well-being of the entire group that we live in. And the solution for this does not require the collection of money or the reproduction of new ideas, but it only requires a little bit of thought by everyone individually, at least even if he is not beneficial towards society, at least not to be harmful. At the end of the day, every individual belongs to a family that raised him with love and honor and respect. So, contemplating about another person, thinking that he lacks of these virtues, it is a wrong idea. The right to be human and the right to be respected applies to all. Even though there might be lack of virtues in the 21st century, just by using the perspective of looking at an individual with respect and with honor will be enough to treat him in a proper way, and likewise for us to be treated humanly and honorably. For the wealth or status does not define the character of a person, but the royalty in behavior that he possesses will certainly defy the person. We have given a lot of our time for technological advances, but we have started to stay behind on the advances of the character and developing a good character that will be respected and also become a good example for the rest also requires time and effort. And every individual is responsible for himself to provide this time and effort in order to develop a character that will be compatible in living with big groups of people. So overall, in the societies of the 21st century, we require individuals that will have a high character and that will be open to fit the different type of societies that we live in. But the technological advancement has made us forget about the virtues of respect and honor and kindness and humility, and have replaced them with the exactly opposites, with pride, with anger, with theft and deceit. And today you will see that individuals that were able to steal something without getting caught are praised, and they also form big groups of criminal societies. And individuals that are able to hack through others' accounts and also steal their resources will also be praised for being good hackers. So honor and respect has been replaced with deceit and belittlement. The individuals that will choose to live that way, I assure you, have no place in our societies where we wish to be with healthy minds and where we wish to live with honor.